It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair and Waterproofing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey there, good morning to you on Monday. Hope your weekend was fantastic. Always too short, I know, but here we are on the work week starting on Monday, and we've got some news from around the Ozarks to tell you about.
We do. A candlelight vigil was held last night in Ozark and in Lebanon and elsewhere to honor the life of Christian apologist and conservative activist Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated last week while speaking on a college campus in Utah, as you know. He is the founder of what's called Turning Point USA, a conservative group on college campuses. And since his assassination, the group is reporting that they have received more than 32,000 inquiries from people who are wanting to start new campus chapters. Very interesting. Also, a national memorial service is planned for next Sunday in Arizona, which President Trump says he will attend. Branson police are searching for a man and woman after multiple thefts from retail businesses. Apparently, there were two caught in some surveillance from Branson police. A third woman was in a car with them, driving a dark Chevrolet sedan. If you have any information on that incident, you are asked to call the Branson Police Department.
And heads up about a road closure that's happening as we start the work week. Starting today, a portion of Lone Pine in Springfield is closed and will be for about 2 weeks. Lone Pine is going to be blocked off between the new roundabout that they just built there and opened not long ago and the north entrance to Sequiota Park. That Lone Pine widening project has been going on for months and continues, and is going to be a little hairy over the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
Another setback for drivers. That was the last story. Another setback for developers trying to make something a property at the northwest corner of Sunshine and National. We've been talking about this for years. It's been in the news. The latest is developers just lost their latest bid to rezone the area to office space from single-family residential. The proposal still has a chance to pass, though. The Springfield City Council can make its own decision, does not have to follow the decisions by the Planning and Zoning Commission, usually does, but doesn't have to. Attempts by developers to turn that corner into something, some sort of retail, some sort of something, and it's changed a lot of times over the years. Attempts have gone nowhere over the last 3 years as many neighbors from the University Heights neighborhood have worked to block that rezoning. So It continues on.
It does. In a special session, the Missouri legislature amended its congressional map of the state. It gives Republicans the opportunity to gain another seat in the midterm elections. Governor Mike Kehoe does have to sign off on it. Legislators in Jeff City also worked to change Missouri's initiative petition process to make it more difficult to amend the state constitution. Many have long said it was just too easy to make such a major change to the Missouri Constitution. So that change will go to the public for approval. We shall see. Missouri State University held a dedication ceremony for Blunt Hall, named after former Senator Roy Blunt. More than 66,000 feet is being renovated, square feet in the building, and another 72,000 square feet being built there. The total price tag is more than $120 million, coming from the federal taxpayer money that COVID brought about. Much of it was secured by Senator Blunt, thus his name on the building.
Okay. Well, the Chiefs, I don't know if you saw the game yesterday afternoon, but they lost their Super Bowl rematch to the Philadelphia Eagles 20-17 at Arrowhead. They are now 0-2 to start the season. Next week, they will be in New York to take on the Giants, and let's hope they can get it together because time is beginning to slip away.
Right.
Can't lose too many more. The Missouri State Bears had a very respectable showing in their first home game as an FBS school in conference. They hosted Southern Methodist University in their first game in Conference USA for the Bears. They lost to SMU 28-10 after actually leading in the first quarter 10-0. after the first quarter, they were up, which is fantastic. And they did so in front of the second largest crowd ever at Plaster Stadium. More than 15,000 fans were there to root on the Bears, which is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Heading in the right direction. People excited. They want to see some good football. So next week, the Bears stay at home to host Tennessee Martin on Saturday evening. Go Bears. Up in Columbia, meanwhile, MU beat Louisiana 52-10. The number 23 ranked Tigers open SEC play on Saturday at home against South Carolina. And down in Arkansas, they lost to number 17 Mississippi 41-35. The Hogs will travel to undefeated Memphis this Saturday, and we'll see how they do there. Meanwhile, we still got baseball weather. I don't know if you've noticed, but it feels more like baseball weather than football weather, to be sure. And your Springfield Cardinals are heading into the playoffs. They play on the road tomorrow. Then they come home for Game 2 of the best-of-3 series on Thursday night. And then if it's needed, Game 3 of that series will also be in Springfield at Hammond's Friday night.
That's exciting.
Yeah, the Cardinals wrapped up the regular season with a 7-0 victory at Hammond's yesterday. So it's been a good season for the Redbirds.
All right. The Missouri-Vietnam Wall Run is this Friday and Saturday, September 19th and 20th. This is where motorcyclists honor our state veterans with a 2-day ride. Riders will depart that Springfield Friday morning and then travel through several towns before ending in Perryville, where a candlelight vigil will be held that evening at the National Missouri Veterans Memorial. On Saturday, routes from Festus and Perryville will converge in Fredericktown for the Parade of Honor to Perrysville Town Square, followed by a ceremony. So if you are a motorcyclist, just look it up, the Missouri-Vietnam Wall Run.
And it is fall festival season, so there's a lot more going on. And as the week goes on, we will tell you more about some of the specific events. But if you want to get a head start on them, go to aroundtheozarks.com. Check out the events calendar there. It's also on your free app. And then, of course, we have our contest. And this week, we're giving away more tickets to a Chiefs game.
This week is the Lions versus the Chiefs. So this is the Chiefs at Arrowhead versus the Lions. That game is happening on October 12th. So you can enter to win for those tickets this week at aroundtheozarks.com. Just click into contest. But the game will be happening on October 12th at Arrowhead. All you got to do is submit a picture of yourself, your family, your friends, whoever, in some Chiefs gear. And if you submit that photo online, you will be entered to win the drawing.
Yeah, maybe you were up at Arrowhead yesterday and you took some pictures. So share those with us at aroundtheozarks.com, and that'll enter you to maybe win some more tickets.
There you go.
Although if you were there yesterday, you may be bad luck. So
you can't go back, actually.
I don't know if we want you going back.
You can't enter anymore. No, just kidding. You can if you want. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you had a great weekend. We are off to work. So thanks for tuning in. And we do hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
Yep. Have a great day.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. You're listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thank you so much for waking up with me on this Monday morning. We've got nice warm temperatures to start. In fact, it's already nearly 70 degrees. We have had low temperatures only bottoming out in the upper 60s thanks to a mostly cloudy sky. Today, once again, it's going to be a hot one. I have high temperatures in the 90s, and much like the weekend forecast, there will be an isolated chance for some showers, a couple of thunderstorms later today. Not going to be very widespread. Don't get your hopes up. This is not a drought-busting rain that I have in the forecast. It's just an isolated chance for a few scattered showers later this afternoon. The vast majority of us are going to stay dry again and just hot in the Ozarks with a high temperature of 93. Highs will be well into the 90s again today. It was a scorcher of a weekend. I know if the pools were still open, It was busy, and we do continue to see this summer-like weather pattern stick with us for at least the first half of this week. This will lead to some isolated shower chances. South Springfield got a little shower on Saturday. We continue to see a small chance for some showers in the forecast today. I wouldn't hold your breath waiting for it. However, we've got temperatures that will likely be in the mid-90s. Small chance for a shower and thunderstorm. Mostly cloudy in the forecast as we head into this morning, and then partly sunny are the sky conditions as we head into the afternoon hours. A ridge of high pressure, it's been in place, and it begins to break down a bit by the time we get to midweek. Now, that is what's going to start showing some signs that our weather pattern may be changing. The breakdown of that big ridge of high pressure is going to open the door to additional chances for showers and thunderstorms. It also allows for the cooler weather to settle into the region. Rain and storm chances will increase in the forecast by Thursday. I really think Thursday is the best chance for some widespread rain in the Ozarks, but I have several chances when you look at the 7-day. They're just very isolated aside from Thursday's round. Cooler air, it also arrives with those rain chances. In fact, I think we're in the 90s today. We continue to see low 90s on Tuesday and even into Wednesday. I think they're possible. It's Thursday that we see a cooler air mass and some rain-cooled air allow for highs to only get into the lower 80s. I think we stay in the low 80s in this forecast as we head into later parts of the week, Thursday and Friday. And it looks like we're going to hold on to those low 80s in the forecast for Saturday as well. Now, low temperatures also get a whole lot better. It's warm out there already this morning. This is not the norm. We will see temperatures start to bottom out in the 50s and low 60s later this week. So the more normal weather pattern is coming. We just had kind of a week back in the summer season. That's for sure. That's what we had over the weekend. The headlines around the country include thunderstorm chances across much of the northern plains. While that's happening, we actually have a cool down happening for the friends over in the Pacific Northwest. We had some record highs there last week. Finally, a cooler weather pattern there. The mid-Atlantic is gearing up for another potentially strong storm system, bringing shower and thunderstorm chances. And then this mid-September heat wave that's been persistent for us here in the Midwest, it is going to continue for the Mississippi Valley as we head through the middle of the week. So that will likely be making some national news headlines as well. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with last week was this: which factor most contributes to the rapid spread of wildfires? And the options were A, high humidity, B, strong winds, C, dense rainfall, or D, hot temperatures. Which factor most contributes to the rapid spread of wildfires? The answer is B. It is strong winds. They make wildfires worse by increasing their speed and intensity. They dry out the fuel and supply more oxygen for combustion. So they spread dangerous embers ahead of the main fire, creating spot fires that are very hard to contain. The winds also complicate firefighting efforts by grounding aircraft and making fires' movement more unpredictable. So you never want to see a fire situation happening when it's happening in conjunction with incredibly high winds. We saw that, of course, just about 9 months ago, almost a year ago now, out in California. Wind was the big contributing factor. So if B was your answer, you are correct. All right, here's the trivia question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Which natural disaster is characterized by having a more long-term impact compared to most others, such as floods or earthquakes? Which one? Do you think it's A, hurricane, B, a drought, C, a tornado, or D, a volcanic eruption? Which one is characterized by having a more long-term impact compared to most others? Which of those on the list? Of course, they're all incredibly impactable, but which one would be the long-term impact? Hurricane, drought, tornado, or volcanic eruption? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. I hope you have an enjoyable Monday. Beat the heat somehow. Won't be hot forever. We're going to stay in the low 90s through Wednesday before 80s join us again by Thursday. Grab the umbrella if you're heading out today. Isolated storm chance does exist in the forecast this afternoon. I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow.